Hey, Taurus, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your February 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Taurus, the key theme showing up for you in the month of February. You have soul purpose followed by ascension and trust. So I'm getting that there's a major leveling up happening for you this month. A lot of you have been maybe even in a little bit of a hermit phase. You've been going through a lot. You've been processing, researching, analyzing, reevaluating. And this is the month where you start to see things moving here for you. Now, subconsciously or at the bottom of the deck, you do have the second chance card. So this can be about do-overs. It can be about reviews. Okay, some of you may be starting a new project, or perhaps you are getting into a new mindset, and that's going to allow you to walk through some new doors, some new opportunities here for you. This is also about forgiveness, which I do see forgiveness could come into play here with the Strength card. Some of you, this is self-forgiveness as well. This is about better offers awaiting on the other side. This is about trust, and you have the word trust showing up twice here in your key theme. So trust could be a factor, whether this is you trusting yourself to make decisions that are in your highest good. It could be trusting that the universe has your back and supports you. Possibly trust could have been a factor in a relationship, maybe even betrayal. But this is about rebuilding here, Taurus, and starting with maybe a clean slate, heading towards something that is really going to ascend your energy and bring in a lot more awareness, because at the center of your reading, you do have the ascension. So soul advancement. You've had to learn some very valuable lessons around career, around love, around health, around your belief system, around finances. It may be all areas, but this is about personal growth. And I feel for a lot of you, especially because we see the Hierophant, this is about you getting honest with yourself. What is it that truly makes you happy? What do you need to do, or who do you need to become in order to move forward in this next phase of your life? And so a lot of you have been doing, again, the contemplation, the soul searching, the energy of hermit is showing up. Even though I don't see it here in your reading, I feel like you've went through this period of your life where either you may have taken a little bit of sabbatical, maybe stepped out of a situation for quite some time. For some of you, you've had to do the healing work. You've had to really go within and say, is this what truly makes me happy? Okay, this is about discovery, search for meaning, direction, and guidance. So you're now at this state of awareness that things are different than they once were, and new energies are coming into play. And you're realizing also that you have potential to step into any one of these timelines, any one of these new energies that are showing up for you. And you have this ability to take this leap of faith. It's like the Fool energy, taking that leap of faith into a new reality here for yourself. But because you were going through that contemplation, that healing, that soul searching, it wasn't for nothing. And some of you may have felt like you were stuck. Maybe you felt like you were stuck in limbo, or you felt like things weren't progressing or things weren't moving. Well, it's because your soul was advancing, and even if it was working behind the scenes, and maybe some of you didn't see the physical movement, you're definitely going to see something moving forward here. I feel physically, but also emotionally. There's something that you could be leaving behind this month as well. Now, the Trust card talks about fidelity, honesty, secrets, commitment, loyalty, and really getting honest again with yourself. What do I need to do in this situation? Now I'm going to make a choice to do it. I'm going to trust myself, and I'm going to say yes to a second chance to live, a second chance to feel liberated, a second chance to go after my dreams, whatever this may be for you, Taurus. Now, we start off here with the Hierophant energy, which is you. This is about being divinely guided. This talks about traditional thinking when it comes to relationships versus thinking outside the box. So a lot of you are taking a deep dive into your beliefs around things. And I feel for a lot of you, you may have been caught up in some sort of old school thinking. Maybe you thought for 20 years you had to be in this role, right? You had to be in this marriage, or you had to be in this job because that's what you were taught, or that's what you believed to be true. That's what you thought was going to make you happy. And now it's like you're at the end of this cycle and you're thinking, whoa, is this even true for me anymore? Or do I need to move on? And a lot of you are choosing to move on to something possibly more non-conventional, or you're doing things where you're adding a little bit of a creative splash, because your next card out here is the Page of Cups. So it's traditional ideas and cultures when it comes to corporations, society, family, religious factors, how you grew up, right? You're looking at things from a brand new perspective now. And it's like I'm getting the words eyes wide open. Eyes wide open. It's like your eyes are wide open to some sort of truth that 20 years ago you would have been completely oblivious, but you weren't meant to be in that energy 20 years ago, right? We're constantly evolving. We're constantly changing. And some of you, this could be pertaining to something that you had committed a big part of your life to. Now, some of you children are involved. For others of you, it is about opening up that beginner's mindset once again. And as they say, you're not starting from, when you start over, you're not starting completely from scratch, which we have here as the second chance, but you're starting from experience. You're starting from a sense of wisdom, but it's also important for you to recognize that it's okay to shatter some of the old beliefs. And maybe some of those old beliefs say, I'm never going to find love at 72 years old. What? There are people that find love at 72 years old every day. Let's get rid of that belief. Maybe the belief is, I can't go back to school. I can't start over. I'm, 55 years old. It's too late. And a lot of you have this belief about it being too late, or it being too settled into something that you've committed to yourself for quite some time. And this can be about being scared, right? Yeah, it can be scary. Absolutely. It can be timid to put yourself out there and leave behind something that you've grown so accustomed to. This is about you being in another energy. And I think there's a song, Who Would I Be Without You, right? Who am I without you? Or who are you without that role or that job or that relationship or that label, right? Because we play many different hats here on earth. And for you, this is about a new creative venture. Some of you may be thinking about going off and doing something new when it comes to finances, career, money. And it's scary, of course, being in that Page of Cups, because you're not sure if it is going to fill your cup financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, right? But you're not going to know unless you try. You're not going to know unless you take that step forward. For some of you, it's do I want to fall in love? Do I want to open myself up to maybe a different type of relationship than the types that I've been accustomed to for the last 20 years? And it could be a little bit of timid love, shy love at times with this Page of Cups. But you're not going to know unless you try. And I keep getting that energy here because your soul is ascending, and the fear that I do see showing up here is based on starting over for a lot of you. Now you have the Two of Wands, so definitely some planning here, but you're still looking at the past and saying, but is the grass greener on the other side? Or is it going to be better over there? What if I get over there and it's just too much and I need to come back over here, right? It's like wanting to go play in the neighbor's sprinkler because the sprinkler is big and it's huge and all you have is a water hose over here. But I feel like once you get over there, once you get into that sprinkler, you're going to realize that there's so many new people coming in and everybody from the neighborhood. There's opportunities and it's splashing and it's fun and it's playful. And you're going to forget all about that that hose on the other side. And that hose is something that you'd been playing with for quite some time, but you realized that it was just a comfort zone. It wasn't fun anymore. And so for a lot of you, this is about building a rewarding relationship. It's about beneficial guidance as well from others and planning your future and knowing that it's time to make a decision when it comes to your business, your career, your love. What is your vision, Taurus? What are your goals? What is it that you want to expand upon? Because there is the world. He holds the world at his fingertips here. And it's like, okay, Taurus, the sky's the limit. Do you want to hold yourself into that energy of holding onto the hose? Or do you want to go explore and jump through that sprinkler? Because the grass is greener over there. You know why it's greener? Because it's being watered by all of the, the huge sprinkler system that is taking place all over. There's so many opportunities and people and things out there, right? Where the hose that you're currently hanging on to, there's no grass because it's been stompled over and there's no new seed and maybe even no water coming out of that hose any longer on your side. So I definitely feel like you are opening up to new opportunities here. But it could be scary because you're still focused on, hanging on to that hose that no water's coming out of, that you haven't, you haven't felt satisfied or happy with for quite some time. This is about withdrawing, maybe affections. This could be about a relationship where you just want to build more emotional stability, okay? Emotional stability, but it feels difficult when we're constantly looking to the past or we're looking at what went wrong. And this can be attaching ourselves to even a money or a sense of security. And when we really attach ourselves to that, we don't allow ourselves to have fun. Maybe you say it's too expensive to go over there to the neighbors, right? It's too expensive because then I'll have to buy some new water shoes. Then I'll have to buy a new swimsuit. And I've been comfortable over here on my side, just sitting in my raggedy, barefoot, no swimsuit or whatever it is here. So I feel like you are needing to explore some new options. These are both yes cards as well. So it's important for you to put your time, your energy, and commit yourself to where there's growth. And I just don't feel like there is over here where it's all muddy and you're hanging on to an old broken hose or there's no water coming out of it. Now you also have the Strength card and you have the Eight of Cups. Here it is. This is what's going to take you to move from point A to B. This is you crossing that threshold into the neighbor's yard saying, okay, this is what I deserve, right? This isn't even my home anymore. This place that I thought I was tied to or chained to or committed to, this home sold a long time ago, and I've been sitting in the yard hanging on to this old rickety hose thinking that things were going to get better, but it really, they never have changed. I've been just staying stagnant, right? Hoping for a miracle when really I'd been looking at the miracle the whole time, but I haven't been brave enough or strong enough or courageous enough to go after it. And now you're getting that strength. You're getting that discipline, that courage with the Strength card. This is about you aligning to the now. And you had to be patient because you've had to sit and watch everybody play, right, in the hose and that huge sprinkler system and maybe even some fun slides, and you've watched kids come in and go and eat their ice cream cones, but over here, right, you're still holding on to that rickety old hose that doesn't even have any water coming out of it. Probably has a lot of mercury and a lot of lead now. It's not even good if you drink it in the first place. So I feel like you are getting ready to cut your losses and you're saying, why the hell am I holding on to this hose anyway? What's happening? But you had to go through this phase. You had to go through this period. And you are now aligning to what it is that you truly want. That's why you're ascending here. But maybe you were staying loyal. Maybe you were staying at that home because maybe that's a home you grew up in. Maybe that's a home that you had memories in, right? Maybe that's a job that you've created a sense of stability and you don't want to let go. But the world is changing. Things are changing. Times are changing. And you may need more money. You may need new income sources. You may want a higher level of love. Okay? This is about you getting your courage pants on, right? And saying, okay, get my big girl panties on, my big guy panties, and I am strong enough to secure a position over here, right? Because I'm brave enough to walk away from this situation, this project, this love, this relationship, this health issue, this addiction, whatever it may be, and walk towards something far greater, which is the Nine of Cups, which is that wish fulfillment, right? So it's time here to cut your losses, conserve your energy, because what you're leaving behind is far, far what you are heading towards is far, far greater than anything you're leaving behind here, Taurus. So definitely moving out of stagnancy, but it's taken a lot of your courage. Whew. Some of you have been stuck in this for a long time. Some of you have felt like this has been a difficult journey for you. All right, so diving into finances, wealth, career, and money. Some of you, again, because you were loyal or committed to a belief, to a relationship, to a job, or to a situation, I feel like there's something here. You can see that they're holding pinkies, right? And I'm sure you've all heard of a pinky promise or a pinky swear. But sometimes those pinky promises are made in childhood. Sometimes they are made between, young friends, or they are made at a time of, wanting to hang on to your future. But sometimes those pinky promises are broken. And sometimes we need to look a belief or look ourselves in the eye and say, okay, what is true for us? Was I hanging on because of children, or because of something I thought I owed someone, or because that's what families do, or that's what my parents did, or that's what society tells you you have to do? I mean, this Hierophant, he's holding two keys. So for some of you, I mean, it could be as simple as letting go of an old vehicle, right? It could be as, I feel like it's not as simple as that, just because of your themed cards here are pretty intense. But I feel like some of you, it could even be leaving the empty nesting. So maybe you have a child that is leaving the house and it's really difficult for you. Okay, because you've spent 18, 20, 24, maybe some of you longer years raising this child, and seeing them walk away, seeing them move on is difficult. Same goes if you are focusing maybe on a relationship that you've had and now you're seeing someone open up to new love. Maybe that's the closure that you need to move on yourself. Whatever this is for you, Taurus, it's happening for you, not to you. Because what's on the other side of this Eight of Cups, we're going to actually pull. I wasn't going to pull, but we're going to pull one more card because I just want to get a little bit of insight here for you. Spirit, what's on the other side of this Eight of Cups? We're walking towards the Nine of Cups, of course, but can you give us a little bit of insight? That came out right away. Three of Cups, beautiful. There's celebration at the other end here. Like we said, going into the neighbor's yard, you got the, sprinkler systems, you got the bouncy pad, you got everything going on here. This is socializing with friends, with kindred spirits. It's profits through group sharing. It is definitely celebrating instead of feeling like you've been left out, instead of feeling like there's been an excess, but you weren't a part of it. Right? Feeling maybe even a love triangle for some of you. On the other side of it, it's healing and celebrating that you've come through something that definitely was difficult and challenging. Okay, let's take a look at wealth, abundance, career. There's a light bulb moment going off for you, Taurus. This is a lucrative new idea. It could be a new income source, a new source of inspiration. It's almost like, boom, it hits you like Einstein here. This is about entrepreneurship for those of you that may be wanting to start up a new creative endeavor. Page of Cups is on your side. It's coming from your heart, your soul. You're feeling good. This is about creative work and a new job. So if you're looking for something new, big changes are on the horizon here when it comes to career, because you do have the butterfly. This is sudden change. And I feel like it's brought on by you. We don't see a tower. We see strength. We see you choosing to be bold and courageous by making a change in your career. And maybe this feels a little bit temporary. It could be some temporary changes, such as you being without some sort of income for the time being, or maybe it's you being in this transitionary period, but I feel like it is temporary. There's something here that you've gone through in order to bring more creativity to your work and more fun to your work here. This could be artsy. It could be moving, transferring, relocating. Perhaps it's about spending. Maybe you've spent a little money on a business or spent some money on your wardrobe. I feel like this is positive change because look at what's on the other side. Award. This is winning money, payoff for your effort, recognition, beautiful energy here, advancement, professional work, and fame. So Taurus, for those of you that have been feeling stagnant or you felt like you haven't been recognized, that's that's all about to change here for you, because that soul searching that you were sitting in, that hermit energy or that stagnancy that you thought wasn't really taking you anywhere, oh yes it was. And it's putting you in this position here of a payoff for your effort, because that's hard. It's hard going through transformation. It's hard going through difficulties financially and economic changes, political changes, seeing all across the globe taking a huge turn. And you have been patient. I feel like you have stayed humbled. You've stayed in your integrity. And there is something here about you getting recognized and awarded for your hard work. So if you want an offer, I certainly see you're going to have to cut your losses in a situation here, leave behind, abandon, walk away in order for you to celebrate some sort of new opportunity or new success. All right, let's look at love. Whew. I got a strong energy of sadness right away here when it comes to love. And maybe it's this Four of Cups. Maybe some of you, you felt a little bit depressed. You felt like you were very lonely, maybe even missing out on opportunities. For some of you, this does have to do with maybe leaving behind a very long, committed relationship. Even if you aren't with this person physically, perhaps some emotional ties still have kept you there for whatever reason, because this person may have really hurt you, especially if there was third-party energy involved. But I feel like you're coming out of that hermit energy, and this is about playfulness, because there is a tad bit of seriousness here, and the Page of Cups reminds us to play, to have fun, to not take life so seriously, to open up to that, young love, young play, young new creativity. Color in a coloring book, Taurus. Get out there with your kids or your grandkids. Play on the floor. Open up and flirt with that cute person at Starbucks. Whatever it is that you need to do to really regain that sense of youth within yourself, do it. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for Friday. Don't wait till you meet that person or till you get that job. Have fun today. Because playfulness here is actually going to help you recapture romance. It's going to allow your inner youth of spirit to really shine. And you're being called to play a little bit more. Some of you who've been, excuse me, who've been in a relationship, and maybe you're still with this person here, but you've had kids, maybe you've been with them for quite some time, perhaps you've been through a lot of ups and downs, and you've just withdrawn over time, and you feel like there's nothing left. If you want to recapture romance here, then it's important that you do have a little bit of fun, play with each other again. Remember why you fell in love in the first place. And for those of you single and looking here, play, have fun. Be silly, laugh, joke, maybe even meet up at a comedy club, join laughing yoga, right? Some of you are absolutely without a doubt calling in your soulmate, okay? And this has been a long time coming, because a lot of you have wanted love, or you've wanted to commit yourself, or maybe you've committed yourself to the wrong person when you've really wanted to feel this passion and this desire and this love. And it says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, because your prayers and affirmations and visualizations are going to help bring you together. Okay, going to help bring you together. And I do feel here, some of you are feeling quite excited about the next journey, but it has taken a lot of strength for you to be patient, to wait, to stay in that energy of self-control and determination, and not give up on your weaknesses, or not give up on, in the shadows sometimes that threaten to bring you down and to bring in that sense at times of anxiety, depression, loneliness. But you've clawed your way back up out of a situation, and I do feel like you have a second chance at love if that's what you're wanting. All right, let's take a look at some messages from your soul's truth. And this was interesting because we talked about laughing for a while there, and look what card came up in the soul truth. When was the last time I couldn't stop laughing or smiling? Taurus, go back to a moment when you laughed so hard you almost peed your pants, or maybe you did. Feel the laughter grow in your body, your cheeks hurting and your eyes watering. Maybe there was even a snort or two. Laughter is healing. It reminds us to take life less seriously and find the joy in the littlest things. Note to self, laugh more often. And make someone laugh today, because I feel like you're very funny. You're very humorous. You have a sense of humor that is quite unique. You have either a laugh, or someone has a laugh that's quite unique. Someone could have, maybe you are remembering someone who's crossed over that's had a very unique laugh or a sense of humor. And it's important to fill yourself up with those people that are comforting and they're funny and they want the best for you. So connect with others who don't take life so seriously, because what happens when you start to fill yourself up with a group of people who are all bah humbug or negative Nancy's, right? What do they say? If you hang around 5 of those people, you become the 6th. So you don't want that. Try to diversify a little bit here. Try to get out of your comfort zone. Next, we have, what else could this mean? What else could this mean? There are always multiple ways to look at every situation, because our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limiting beliefs. Look at a situation today by stepping outside of the trigger and ask, what else could this mean? Today's soul action, is there something your soul is calling you to learn, right? And we see that happening here with soul purpose and ascension. So your soul is absolutely calling you to learn something new. Or is there a pattern that is ready to be broken? Walk in the other person's shoes and see it from their perspective. If it doesn't involve someone else, ask yourself, how is life happening for me right now? And we said that earlier as well. Life is happening for you, not to you, not because you're a victim, not because you have this big karmic debt, right? Not because you are an evil, bad monster. Life is happening for you to push you through this courage, right? To push you through this strength energy to get to what's on the other side, which is quite magnificent. And this may be what holds you back. What are you most afraid of losing, Taurus? As we grow, change, and transform our lives, it requires us to let go of something that was to make room for what will be. If you were to take the big, scary leap, would you feel scared of losing love, safety, or belonging? What if it was a big fat lie? What if it was impossible to lose any of those things because you have the power to give everything you need to yourself? Today's soul action. Name that fear and look at the worst case scenario. Find a solution. Take your power back by being certain of who you are and where you are going. Today's mantra, and this aligns beautifully with your entire reading here, especially ending on that 8 of Cups note. Today's mantra, I move forward knowing I am powerful beyond measure. I am loved, I am safe, and I belong. Some of you may want to jot that down if you're taking notes. That mantra is a powerful one. Again, I move forward knowing I am powerful beyond measure. I am loved, I am safe, and I belong. Tell yourself that each and every day. Before you even get out of bed, tell yourself it again at lunchtime. Tell yourself before you get into bed. Start to affirm that mantra, and I feel like it's gonna help you courageously step into this new path, this new journey. All right, last but not least, let's get a message from the crystal spirits. And at this time, Taurus, I just ask, if you can, if you have a moment, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from the solar plexus chakra, the belly area. Nice big breath internally. Hold it for as long as you can. And release with a nice big sigh. Tune into that third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I'd like for you to imagine the first crystal or gemstones that show up in your mind's eye. Now, perhaps your crystal is a shiny, beautiful color. Perhaps it's showing up as a crystal or gemstone that you're familiar with and maybe you even know the name of. Perhaps your crystals are emanating a specific energy of love, healing, grounding, or nurturing. There is no right or wrong answer, Taurus. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your gemstone or crystals, whether it be a color, a name, or whatever energy you are feeling showing up in your mind's eye. Just drop it in the comment section below. I will enter you into that free reading giveaway where I draw one winner around the first of each month and post right back here on the channel. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that video and that notification. All right, what crystal is showing up for you? Now, some of you may find that your crystals align. Awesome if they do. That happens quite often with power animals and crystals. But if not, it doesn't mean it's not your message. It's an exercise to help you, beautiful souls, open up your third eye chakra. Now we have the stone of malachite, one of my personal favorites here, malachite, card 34. Some of you may be 34 years old. Some of you may also, there could have been a significant event happen around that age as well. I also see here, some of you could even have a life path 7, or you are in a 7 personal year. But this stone is all about clarity of thought and emotion, the right use of intellect, integrating thoughts and intuition. And when it comes to love, this is your message. We'll take a look at love and abundance here. Are you trying to justify knowing what you know? Malachite Spirit is here to tell you that you are both smart and wise. When you consider what is currently happening with your relationships, right thinking is married to your inner wisdom, which is guided and provided by the universe. Trust that you have the ability to balance the incoming messages from your rational self and the part of you that just knows. Honor your emotions, but be guided by the universe and your intellect to help you make decisions, for your emotions right now may be an echo of the past, out of proportion with what is happening today. Meditate, and it will be easier to see the evidence and use valid reasoning and intuition to weigh in. Yeah, and we see that here with the 4 of Cups needing a little bit more emotional stability, because perhaps emotions are leading us into places that we don't always need to be. We're being guided to focus on ascending and being present and walking forward instead of anything in the past. And when it comes to abundance, Malachite Spirit has appeared to tell you something very important, Taurus, that you know more than you think you know. Have you given your power away when it comes to building wealth, fearing that you can't be trusted to figure out your finances? Do you feel unworthy of abundance because you fear you will squander it? Too often, old stories rooted in scarcity thinking shape our attitudes toward prosperity. You are reminded now that you have what it takes intellectually to make sense of your financial situation and grow your wealth. The universe will send signs that you are on the right track, so free yourself from the old fears and begin trusting yourself. Trust, that is one of your key themes in the month of February. So malachite is a beautiful stone, Taurus, that helps integrate our personal power, our hearts, because it's all about that green heart chakra energy as well, and intellectual or intellect simultaneously. It allows us to come from a place of authority without losing sight of what is in the highest good for all. It is a useful stone to work with when exploring issues around the next right action in family or organizations, which we see here with the Hierophant. So what a beautiful confirming stone to help you go through what you're going through. So I definitely suggest, for those of you that work with crystals, if you have this crystal, malachite, it could be really beneficial if this reading is resonating with you and you need an extra oomph to your step. If you need a little bit of extra strength, a little bit of extra courage or determination, I definitely feel like malachite could help you out here, secure that strong position, right? Because you're definitely aligning now. So be patient, walk towards that 9 of Cups, because remember, we see the celebration on the other side. That is what I have for your February 2024 monthly reading. I hope it resonates. If so, please do hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there. It helps these readings get out there in the algorithm. And a lot of you are not receiving notifications, or it's not hitting your your feed. So please do help out by hitting a like, a subscribe, post your power animals in the comment section below if you want to be entered into that free reading giveaway. And thank you again so much, Taurus, for your love, for your time, your support, and your energy. It is truly appreciated, and I'm grateful for each and every one of you.